Oh, there's a noisy Siamese cat. Yeah, you're a noisy Siamese cat. Come on, we gotta take a video. Don't come in the house. Alright, we're gonna do a follow-up video on the SG-235. I apparently have a needy cat. So here's what I did. This is my normal inverted L setup for 160. It's resonant 160. About 40 or 50 feet up, 87 feet across. I have the 80 meter inverted L tied to the same feed point. Goes up at a little bit of an angle, but it's still mostly vertical. And it goes up about 40-50 feet and about 9 feet horizontal. So what I did was disconnect it at the feed point here. There's the clip that I normally have it right at the feed point here. This is resonant, so I don't need a tuner. Coax normally goes into the conduit, which goes over to the shack. So what I did to test the SG-235 is just disconnected. I have a clip lead on the feed point anyhow. So I disconnected that and then have the inverted L's, both resonant inverted L's, connected right to the output of the tuner. And the ground goes to my normal ground radial system, which is basically the plate, a ground rod down in there, and a series of radials running all over hell's tarnation. So let's go look at the shack. Basically my software logic problem key kind of went away, and that's kind of what I want to illustrate. Oh, and then the connections, the control connections I have wired into this box. Here I have those mapped out. There's a piece of Cat 5 cable that loops around and goes into that weatherhead as well and goes into the ham shack. And we'll look at that when we get in there. I made my own little smart lock box, or tune lock, whatever the hell you call it. So let's make a beeline to the ham shack and we'll take a look. This way, this way. Excuse the mess. Okay, so there's where the coaxes come in into the conduit. There's a piece of Cat 5 down there. Cat 5 comes up underneath the radio. It connects to this little smart lock box that I made a while back. It has all the pinouts. I have an LED. I drew a little sketch here somewhere. Right there. But anyway, I want to show you here. The way I key my Kenwood, I have the amp turned off, so it's in bypass mode. The radio goes straight to the tuner, or to the bird watt meter, to the amp and out, which is in bypass, so it's kind of a straight shot. I have my Heil microphone here, so I don't have a push to talk button, but I do have a push to talk foot switch. That's what I use to key up. So there's output on the Kenwood to also key up the amp. So there's a DIN plug on the back that takes push to talk in to key the radio, and it furnishes push to talk out for the amplifier. So where do we start? Okay, so on each band here, my little band buttons, I can have 3 different memories or 3 different frequencies. So if I keep pressing that 1 for 160, I get 3 different frequencies. Same with 80. I just kind of set those up. And so I put it in CW mode here, so we can transmit. I have the power set to 5 watts. And there's my little LED that shows you. It's kind of reverse logic. It goes active low whenever it push to talk comes out. So I'm probably going to use that in some way, fashion, to drive a relay to turn the amp on and off. But so let's look at the SWR, and that's what we're going to do here today. The meter set to SWR over here. And then we'll see here. So I'm going to hit the foot pedal. Let's start at 160. And you'll see, bam, the SWR goes straight down to 0 or 1 to 1. And then if I just walk these different frequencies here, and this is different than what I was saying on the air yesterday, and it definitely wasn't behaving like this yesterday. So yesterday, every now and then, the SWR would go up and just hang there, and then 5 seconds later it would go back down to 1 to 1. So that was my big complaint. But today, for some reason, after I changed that one relay, or all the relays, I just don't know how that would have made a difference in the logic, but it seems to be behaving. So I'm walking through all the different bands here. So there's 40 meters. So I push that, and you'll see the SWR, nothing. We're transmitting at 5 watts. 7.228, 7.003 in the CW portion, 290. Let's go to 10. It does kind of bounce up sometime for the first time, a little bit, and it comes back real quick. I noticed that when it does bounce up, whoops, we're on USB, we're going to go to CW here, 20 meters. See, it kind of bounced up a little bit real quick. I do notice when it bounces up, the LED doesn't go low, so it doesn't actually assert the push-to-talk output until it's fully tuned. So that's a plus if you're going to run these things at 1500 watts prior to ensuring that your tune is locked, because when it bounces up and down, there's still a relay opening and closing, and you never ever want to close or open a relay at 1500 watts. It will arc, and it'll sustain an arc and won't extinguish, and you'll burn a relay up. So so this seems to be behaving really, really well. Although there's AM, let's try that. Oh, AM, got an issue. Okay, so now the LED is tuning for some reason. Okay, what is happening? Hello, it's not trying to tune. The push to talk isn't out, and we don't have a tune. This is new. I wonder what's going on here. Let's go to CW. That's interesting. Why won't it tune on AM? That's really weird. AM is a constant carrier, yes, no, 28 watts, 25 watts. Oh, yeah, how stupid am I? The meter is set to ALC on that mode, so you can set the meter differently for whatever band and position on the band, the frequency you have stored. So that was just in ALC mode. False alarm. Okay, so here's 12 meters. This is where it was giving me some issues the other day. See how it bounced up and came down. 10 meters. Okay, that one's a little bit on the high side. I'll still... Oh, it's not showing tuned either. Okay, so this one is an issue. So, see that red LED is still not extinguished. Having an although, that's really weird. See, SWR is low. Okay, it's confused. So the problem on that one has not gone away. So let's try. Okay, so that problem showing up. It wasn't showing us experiencing this when I did prior to doing the video. I walked through all these. Okay, this one worked. See, the light went out. SWR is down. Okay, so the problem still shows up here a little bit. So there we go. It's kind of in limbo land looking at that SWR meter. Okay, let's go back and try some of the other ones. Okay, that's coming down. Okay, so something's going on in 10 meters. It seems to be random here. I don't know why that is. Okay, that's all working good here. Okay, let's try 15 meters. Okay, 24, 12 meters. Okay, CW. Yeah, that's bad. So we're in a CW portion there. Phone portion. Yeah, same thing. So on 28 meters, the SWR isn't, it's probably low enough to work, but it's in a confused state because it didn't drop the push-to-talk output, which telling me that the CPU knows it's not tuned, so it's in limbo. Problem is, if it's not higher than 2 to 1, it's not going to initiate a tune. Apparently, it's not pulling the right tune from memory. So, okay, now it's working on 29020. See, the light went out, and the SWR went really low. So these two frequencies are problematic. So we can try to reset it or power it down. So let's try to power it down, power it back up, and see what happens. So, okay, see, it worked. So did you see how it bounced up? So the problem still exists in there somehow. Let's see what happens here. Okay, same thing. So that's working good. The LED went out. SWR went straight down. Okay, all three of these bands. So, whoop, now it's back again on 28010. Not sure what's going on here. So, this isn't nearly as bad as when the problem first surfaced, but it hasn't completely gone away. It did completely go away in a video, or the test I did. I went round the horn, tested all this just before I pulled the video camera out, made the video, and it was working great. So something is still amiss. Oh, okay, now it went out there. Okay, see, now it's working again, so that's really weird. Okay. This one's USB. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Okay, here it is happening again. So 28030. Actually, let's wait for 5 seconds and see what happens. Which is used to be the classic symptom. You would key up, wait for 5 seconds, and it would recall the right one from memory. So this one is just plain stuck. So it's a usable SWR, but it's not the right one. It's not the right tune because the light didn't go out. We're on side bin or single or CW. It's 28030. Let's change the frequency a little bit. Yeah, it's kaput. Okay, that CW is working on 2801. Okay, it's stuck there. See the SWR crept up over 1.5. Not good. I could reset it. I'm not sure what the deal is, so we could try to move the frequency up a little bit. It's not working, so maybe bounce around another frequency, come back. See, that's funny. You come back and now it's working okay. So I kind of left the band and came back. Okay, now it's stuck on. It's not working. So let's go back to 20 meters. Transmit, transmit, transmit. Okay, come back to 10 meters. Transmit. Okay. Transmit. Okay. Transmit. Okay. So that's really weird. So the problem is there. It's not completely gone. See there, it's just actually random. This is doing it again, just all by itself. So I don't know what the deal is. So I'm not really confident with this whole thing. It's not a bad SWR, but it's not dropping the push to talk, which tells me, I can just tell by looking at the SWR, it's good, but it's not perfect. So it's not pulling the right relays in. See, it's creeping up already. We know, okay, that's 28028, right? The SWR is over a tad over 1.5. The push to talk line didn't drop. And if I go just switch frequencies, key up, that one works. And let's come right back to 10 meters. Okay, see what happens. See, fixed. See, it went right down. The first time it worked, second time it didn't. That's even more weird because now the SWR is low, but it's not dropping the push to talk line. Let's try the other frequencies here. Okay, 28332 works. 020 works. And back to 028. 028 not worky. Doesn't like that 028. 28028. Okay. Okay, it's funny. Yeah, the first time it works, second time it doesn't work. So we can go maybe more power. Oh, look at that. Okay, maybe that's the answer. I went a little bit higher power, 50 watts. Maybe it was just as simple as that. Wow, okay, so this is good news. I'll have to run the horn here. Bear with me here. I'm going to just walk through all these frequencies. You probably hear my foot pedal transmit. You can see the transmit light here. 10 meters. Okay, what do we got? Okay, yeah, so okay. So maybe that's what the problem was when I tested it yesterday. I might have had only 5 watts, although usually when I do these tests, I notice abnormalities like that, I do go higher power because SG says that tuner will actually tune at 500 watts. So there's no need to lower the power. 50 watts is fine, 500 watts is fine, but definitely I would not tune at 1500 watts. So someplace I gotta throw them away. I got a blown up relay to prove my point there. So okay, so this could be a success video. So everything seems to be working. Yeah, I mean 10 meters, 28 megahertz is a little higher frequency. It's about an 80-foot run, 78 feet actually. So maybe there was enough loss in the coax that just didn't get enough power to initiate a tune or forward power to detect the tune. So I'm going to call this good. I see the LED light and I see the good low SWR. I don't see an issue here. Let's go back to 5 watts, see if we can do some. Oops. Delay. Okay, I'm going to go back here to 5 watts. Okay. And let's go back through these 10 meter frequencies. Yeah, see right here, doing it again. So let me just go up to 10 watts and see if that fixes it. Yep, 10 watts actually fixes it. So that's what it was. Just not enough forward power to detect it. So, okay, well, great. I guess the SG-235 lives to see another day. So that's what we got going on. So I got a new solder vacuum station. I don't know why it's making that noise. Well, that fan doesn't sound normal at all, does it? Okay. That sounds weird. Okay, we may have another problem here. Okay, we'll see you later.